often you are given this type of responsibility. Very often in youth festivals also, your college is hosting the youth festival activity, and they are also supposed to arrange this type of things, and you may become the part of the organization. So let us take into account this type of some basic formalities when you are going to arrange a group discussion. What happens is a specific room is given which is free from all noises and disturbances, and candidates are expected to sit in a circle or semicircle or in a rectangular formation. The point here is that they must face each other. It is not a kind of classroom activity that the speaker or the teacher is there on the stage, the whole class is facing to him, and the teacher or speaker is facing the whole class. But in the class, the student cannot face each other. This type of things is not expected when it is a kind of formal group discussion. So what happens is, if it is a classroom activity, it is general monotonous, it is generally one sided activity. But because group discussion is a kind of interactive activity, one has to argue, one has to raise questions, one has to contribute. So here they must face each other. So a circle or semicircular kind of formation or rectangular formation is expected, and it becomes easy for each of them to face each other. Then next point is, friends, let us remember that as a rule, no one conducts the group discussion. It means that once the topic is announced, there is no leader. Everyone is leader, everyone is participant. So one cannot say, yes, now my voice will be final and my judgment will be final, or the person whom I allow will only be allowed to speak. No, this kind of things cannot take place in group discussion, because everyone has equal right. There is no speaker as such to use the parliamentary word. There is no speaker, there is no chairperson, there is no chairman. But everyone has to look up, take care of other speakers also. So it means that one must not be leader without any kind of announcement. It means that no one is leader, everyone is participant only. So one cannot raise voice that this is the only final thing. No. So as a rule, no one conducts the group discussion. All of them have equal right to share, to raise questions, to raise doubts or such type of things. No one can stop others from speaking, and this type of things is very important when it is a kind of formal group discussion. So these two basic things are required. Next important point is, very often what happens is, for example, in youth festivals, you find that the topic for group discussions are announced a couple of days before, so the participants can prepare. But when it comes to group discussion for admissions in the higher courses or for job, then they generally do not announce the topics. So it is not binding on the part of organizers that they must announce the topic beforehand. No. Because for example, they expect the students to seek admission for MBA. Generally the related topics are given. They are within the reach of all the participants. So it is not binding on the part of organizers to announce the topic beforehand. When the students or participants come together, they are arranged in a specific way, for example circle or semicircle. Then the evaluator may come and he may announce the topic for discussion. He may allow them 5 to 10 minutes for general thinking, and then he may start the time. Next important point, friends, is, which is very important, breaking the ice occupy a special significance. Breaking the ice, friends, the person, the candidate who starts the topic, the one who initiates the topic, he or she attracts the attention of all others. And there are evaluators who may also find, yes, this particular candidate has broken the ice. Because what happens is, the initial stage is such that most of them would remain calm and cool. They may be thinking on the topic given, but they require some daring, some courage to start. Sorry, friends. What happens is, when you lack this type of courage, when you lack this type of exposition, then you lag behind. So breaking the ice means starting or initiating the discussion occupies special significance. So friends, always have that confidence, always dare to break the ice in a positive way. which is very important, and it may earn you more credit. Next important point is discussion might be stopped even before the stipulated time is over. What happens is the evaluators are very expert. They are very much experienced people. Even for example, they have stipulated time of 40 minutes, but within 20 minutes they can come to some conclusions. They may pick up the deserving candidates. So it is not necessary that they may stretch the discussion for the stipulated time. It is 40 minutes, but it may end within half time also. So it is not always necessary that the discussion should be dragged for the full time. The evaluators may stop it at any given moment. It is not binding on that part, and no one could claim, hey, it is 40 hours event and you have stopped us within only 20 minutes. No, it is not binding. So friends, even if when you organize a group discussion, take into consideration these aspects of group discussions. Next slide would show, again it may talk about the methodology. What happens, as I told you, the evaluator may come and stop discussion, and there may be questions on the part of evaluators. So what happens is they may ask candidates to present their conclusions, to present their specific outcomes, specific results, specific solutions on the given topic. Then it may be in group, it may be formed within subgroups or individual also he may ask. And the vigilant evaluators observe the proceedings to identify deserving candidates. They are not part of group discussion, but they may occupy their places in a corner at the center, but they may just observe the proceedings, observe the arguments, observe the counter questions, also observe how the candidate replies to the queries. On the basis of this, the evaluators may select the deserving candidates. So generally when candidates are asked to present some conclusions, it also occupies a special significance, just as breaking the ice also occupies special significance. If the conclusions are logical, is the conclusions are some way fruitful, then the evaluators may give you better marks and better ranking. So this type of things, breaking the ice as well as drawing conclusions individually, it has got special significance. So friends, always remember, always be equipped, always have that confidence, always have that courage to break the ice and to draw some specific logical conclusions, because in the end it will earn you better credit. Okay friends, next slide would show what type of topics are given during group discussions. Generally there are three categories. One is topic based, the other is case studies, and third is group task. All these three categories are not exclusive. There may be other sort of things also. There may be many more categories, but friends, generally when we think of group discussions for admission or for jobs, generally topic based or case studies or group task kind of group discussions are held. Now let us go and let us think of each of these three one by one. Friends, as you can see in the slide, first is topic based group discussions. What happens is there are three general kind of topics. One is factual topics, the other is controversial topics, and the third one is abstract topic. Friends, factual topics are topics which are directly related to some facts, in which you cannot go in a lump sum way that these are the things and these are the conclusions. No. For example, there is a topic on 5-year plan, first 5-year plan. Then there are statistics and you have to justify them. If you argue for something, you have to justify on the basis of facts only. So factual topics are related to the facts, statistics which are available, which are authentic. You cannot say the population of India is 5 million. You cannot say, because there are facts that this is totally wrong. If you think of, for example, the seats the ruling party has in the parliament, it is a topic of facts. You cannot go haphazardly. So first is factual topics which require in-depth knowledge. Generally, when you go for panel discussion, all the discussion is based on factual topics only. Next very important topic based group discussion is on controversial issues. There must they are better avoided when you arrange a kind of group discussion in your organization. What happens is controversial topics always have hot discussions, arguments and counter arguments, generally no conclusion, simply because X party would favor a particular topic, and because as a rule it is X party, the Y party would always go against that, even if they know that it is right. So controversial topics have two sides which are always in opposition. They will never go for consensus. Even if fact is one, there will be two different angles. One would certainly be right, the other would certainly be wrong, or partly right or partly wrong. And they are never ending kind of group discussions. Topics and discussions would go on and go on and go on. Very often what happens is, if the follower of X party would go to Y party, so next moment he would abuse the X party for which he had worked years together. So this type of controversial topic should be avoided. But during group discussion, we often find that such issues are also given. Generally, when you apply for the courses of social studies, this type of issues, for example, women reservation bill, it is a kind of it has always attracted attentions of all social scientists and politicians. So there are some experts who are for this, there are some who go against that, and there is no final conclusions. So there are always hot discussions, arguments and counter arguments, but there are generally no logical conclusions. And still the bill is there in the parliament, for years together. So friend, this type of issues, this type of topics are called controversial topics. And the last one is the abstract topics, which has no factual basis. You may argue, you may not argue, and there are no statistics available, there are no factual data available. So there are some issues in which you can argue for the topic, or you may also turn next moment against that. So generally these topics are also not there when you apply for job or for admission. Generally, when we think of topic based group discussions, we always concentrate on factual topics. Generally on the news channels and media, you always find the controversial issues, because it has got some current it is based on the current topics, so they have got the viewership and it affects the viewership. So media people always go for the controversial topics. Friends, let us move to the next, which is case studies. Generally in job, you are given case studies, and it also tests you your skills to solve the problems. In case studies, what happens is a situation or issue is given, and you have to share your views, you have to present various aspects. If there is an issue, if it is a problem, you have to talk it in different angles, and you have to draw some conclusions. If there is a problem, there is some issue, critical issue, how you face it, that is studied through case studies. And if you present your logical arguments to sort out the problem, it helps the organization to achieve the goal. So during group discussion, very often case studies are given, that how to solve the money crunch in the company, for example. Then there are arguments, counter arguments. In case studies, your ability to solve the problems is tested, and this is also an important aspect. And next very important point in case studies is, very often candidates are also asked to do a role play. As I told you that there is some financial crunch in the business organization, and there may be a chance that many of the employees may lose the job. In that case, how the others should accommodate those who have to lose their job? They may stage a role play, and they may say, yes, we can help our friends this way also. And this also helps the evaluator to identify the most suitable candidates. So role play is also important part. And the third and last part is group task. Very often what happens is, in a group discussion there are some subgroups and each group is assigned a specific task. For example, in a group discussion where there are as many as 30 participants, there may be 5 groups of 6 candidates each, and all of these subgroups can be assigned a specific task, but there may be overall a general goal. So what are they to do is, they have to achieve the goal through different ways. So one group may work on specific topic, the other may also work on other specific topic. Each of these groups work together in a way, they work individually also and group also, because the task assigned to, for example, A group has nothing to do with the task which is assigned to B. But when it comes to overall performance, they have to coordinate with each other. So in group task, subgroups are there and they have to work as a group in general, though there are some subgroups. Friends, let us now go to some specific features regarding the group discussions. The care should be taken that discussions revolve around the given topics only. What happens is, very often it gets divergence. So main topic is left out and altogether a new topic is being discussed without any conclusions. So it has nothing to do with the main topic. So take care that you always follow the line of the topic given. Next is, evaluator is very important person, but he has not to interfere at any given stage, even though he knows that X candidate is diverting the topic, he must not interfere him, and the discussion should go on without any interference. Next important point is, cordial atmosphere is very necessary. For example, one is arguing against my argument, I must not lose my temper. I must be very friendly with others, and I must allow others to speak even if I know that argument is totally wrong and absurd. Decency and discipline are maintained in they must be maintained by all of the participants. It is not that you should occupy the chair, you should stop others from speaking. No, you must be very decent, very cordial, and you must behave in a most disciplined manner. Another important feature of the group discussion is role of the evaluator. You can read it from the slide. What happens is, evaluator is a person who is a bystander only. He is a listener, a patient listener only. He is not a guiding person over there. He has to just announce the topic and